Hello guys, Fuzz here and welcome back to Final Fantasy IX. So we've left off at this mysterious forest at the end of the last episode, so this is going to be our first destination today, and we did do some optional stuff in episode 31, so if you've been following along, make sure you do check that out before we proceed any further here. There was some friendly creatures and what have you that we did, and the Ragtimer I think as well, so if you're keeping up to date with all that stuff, then by all means go and check that out. And if you do enjoy these episodes, then please remember to hit the like button. That really does support the channel, helps it grow, and motivates me to put more episodes out for you. It is quite a lot of effort to put these episodes together. Of course, it's not just about recording the game, but it is about playing the game, recording it, editing it, and uploading it all to YouTube, every episode. So it does take a bit of work, and I do appreciate your guys' support as we go through this series. So, just as I was talking then, I accidentally encountered the Ragtimer once more, so we may as well go ahead and answer his question while we are here. So we can actually encounter him a few times at this point to get through the Disc 2 questions that he has for us. Lindblum's air cabs operate around the clock. That is true, so we'll go ahead and attack the troop icon. And we'll once again collect our reward for that. $3,000 gil, not too shabby for an accidental encounter there. And as usual, we will get no experience, ability points or items from that encounter. And it looks like we've encountered him again. So there are actually 6 questions in total that become available on Disc 2. Although he only becomes available to engage once we finish Traino, which of course we have done, which is why he's popping up now throughout this forest. So Fossil Route is a tunnel that connects Traino and Alexandria. That is actually false. So we'll go ahead and select false there. And hopefully that'll keep him happy for a little bit, as we work on getting our next reward. Another 3,000 gil. And we're still on 100% correct, and we won't have any plans to break that record as we go through, so make sure you keep an eye on these questions. And here he is again. So by this point in the game we can actually ask 10 have him ask us rather 10 questions in total. So that's 4 of the disc questions that are available on Disc 1 and 6 that become available on Disc 2. So some moves are friendly and don't attack. The answer to that is also true, as has been all of the others except the last question, in all honesty. So he'll tell us we're correct. I already know that because we're clever. Our party know what we're doing, and now we've moved up to 4,000 gil rewards. So you do get a lot of money from doing this little side quest. It is worth it, as well as the other rewards that we're going to get later on as well. And here we go again. So another little tip for you. I know I've shared this with you in the past, but the Ragtimer's encounter rate is not tied to the enemy encounter rate. So what you want to do is just kind of jab your direction pad or your arrow keys to just move in quick steps of succession, if that makes sense, on the world map. Bugmere cable cars have been running for 8 years. That is true. And anyway, if you take incremental steps on the world map, then that prevents you from encountering normal enemies. But it doesn't prevent you from encountering the Ragtimer, or the friendly creatures, incidentally. So that's a good way to just save some time when you're trying to encounter these guys. Another little tip for you though, as far as I'm aware, the no encounter cheat, if you want to call it that is available in the re-release version of this game, is not a way you can prevent... Well, it does prevent the Ragtimer and everything else, as well as all the other encounters, so just bear that in mind. Although Ragtimer is not linked to the enemy encounter rate, he is also prevented from spawning by that little toggle that you can put on and off, so just bear that in mind as well. And there we go, doing that little trick that I shared with you means that we'll encounter him again, this time for the final time through Disc 2 here. And then we'll just have 6 more questions to answer over the next couple of discs. Not that we have discs in the Steam version, but if we did, you know what I mean. So Theatre Ship Prima Vista uses mist as its energy. That is once again true. So all of these questions have been true except the one about Fossil Roo, which is false. And there we get another 5,000 gil. Oh, 5,000's gone up again then now. Wow, we really are awesome, aren't we? And now with that done, we can go ahead and proceed into this forest here. And we just saw another one of those black mages running off. So the trick is, we want to read the signposts here. And we always want to follow the signpost where there are no owls, or fewer owls. And eventually, if we keep doing that, we'll make our way to where we need to be. So once again, we need to head this way. And we just need to keep following the signpost, doing the same thing again. Okay, so this time we're going to head up the left path, where there are no owls. And we do have encounters as well, wonderful. And here we go. Once we've done that a few times, we'll start to get some scenes. Just shows that you're doing things correctly. So, if we hadn't guessed already, we need to head up this path now. And all the owls have flown away. And we make it. And welcome to the Black Mage village. So it appears this is the first time we greet these creatures in their native environment. Right, so once again Zidane is going to be partyless and be all by himself, and a bunch of ATEs are going to crop up, but before we do anything we need to go and find the moogle to do a bit of Mognet. The reason being is that once we've done any kind of story then it becomes unavailable and we won't be able to do that Mognet ever. So we'll go ahead and speak to Mogrio here, and he has a favour to ask. He wants us to deliver a letter to Mochi. So we've got a few letters on the go now, haven't we? And now that we've spoke to him, we can go ahead and watch some ATEs. So we're going to start on with Everyday Life. The different languages ATE will actually advance the plot. So I'm going to hold off on that one for just a moment. There are going to be some items and whatnot that we can grab before we do want to go ahead with advancing the story. So through these ATEs we're going to get a little bit of information on just, you know, what kind of characters these black mages are like. They're obviously very secluded from the outside world and don't have names. Right, so now we are back with Zidane. And we're going to start looking around. So we'll go ahead and watch another ATE. And we'll get more Black Mage goodness. And Viva just wants to know what's going on. And so does Dagger by the looks of things. Right. So if we just head back to the Moogle, we can actually go to the Chocobo stable here. We'll watch the AT first of all, but we don't want to watch that different language one just yet. We'll watch Visitor, not Invader. Remember, the different languages is the one that's going to advance the plot for us. So they seem very untrusting, these Black Mages, don't they? They've obviously had a bit of a hard time, so I don't think it's beyond the realm of reason to blame them for that. But somewhere around here is Queena, who we didn't want to speak to. There we go. There's a Garshaw Greens we can pick up, so that's the first item we're going to grab. Once again, we'll keep an eye out for new ATEs, but not for the one that we don't want to do just yet. Instead, we'll pick up the Elixir here, just outside of the weapon shop. And then we need to just pop in here. See which shop we're in. We're in the just the standard shop, item shop. We'll say give me the usual, and that pretty much puts that guy out of action by the looks of things. But it does mean that we can head up this ladder here. Which Dan wants to do some exercise apparently. And we get the black belt. So, not too shabby. Right, now we're going to go in here where there might be a little bit of a scene for us. And she's off again. So we've only got the 180 at the moment that we don't want to watch. So we've got the synthesis shop here. Nothing too exciting at the moment. Well, I say that, there is the Rune Tooth, which seems like a pretty nice weapon for Zidane there. So you might want to have a look at some of that stuff, but for now we're going to get some more items, including a hidden chest behind here for 2,000 gil, not too shabby at all. And then we're going to go up to the roof. And around the roof area is another hidden chest, this time containing 843 gil. And we've actually got everything we need now in order to proceed with the story. And I wouldn't bother doing synthesis yet, or anything, or the weapon shop, or that kind of stuff, until we've got the party back together. So for now, we'll go ahead and watch the different language active time event. So a bit of a backstory now. Find out exactly what's going on with these black mages. Right, okie dokie. So, now we've done that, we're going to follow Vivi. See what he's up to, what he's doing, as the case may be. Let's head on round. And Vivi should be in here. Yes, he is. And here comes Queena. Queena is sad because there doesn't appear to be any food around. Right, so we want to choose the rest option since that's going to advance us forward. Right, so we've just about made it through that slog of scenes, but we did get some important... what's that word? Where you get information given to you in a medium, I can't remember, but anyway, we've got some information given to us. Some story and what have you. So, it looks like we're just going to be gathering up our party members here, get some information about Kujar as well, which is of course the person who is remained, or who is remaining our ultimate goal and mission. So is Vivi going to stay, or is he going to come? And here comes Queena, of course. And because Queen is so hungry, we are going to do some frog catching. But before we do anything else, we're going to head over to these shops and start re-equipping our characters. So hopefully you brought the wrists back in Dali near the beginning of this too. And if we go here and speak to this guy, then this is the weapon shop, and he will sell us the steepled hats. So we'll go ahead and buy those and begin the process of synthesis with the the wrists that we already have in our possession, in order to make cotton robes, sell those and make lots of fun money in the process. So we'll head over to the synthesis shop, which isn't here, and I'll be back with you in a few moments. Right, so we'll go ahead and finish that, and I've now got 200,000 gil. So probably the first thing I'm going to want to do, and you might too if you're following along, is head back to the weapon shop here and purchase another 99 of those hats, because that will prepare us then for the next time that we do this trick. 267,000 gil to be precise. Not too shabby at all. Right, so next we're going to head over here, and if we go into the item shop, for the first time we will actually be able to purchase high potions, which is exactly what I'm going to do right now, and also remedies. So we'll stock those up. We've got plenty of money to do so using that trick. And now we can just basically stock up with weapons and synthesis stuff, seeing as how there's all new stuff that we haven't experienced before. Synthesis items you'll probably want to look out for, as well as some of the other stuff that you're going to want to do, but especially are the Maiden's Ring and the Rune Tooth, and also the extension. But I'm just going to spend a few minutes and deck out my characters and party. And now that we have everything, we can actually simply exit at this point and return to the world map. So our goal is going to be Conde Petit, or whatever way you want to pronounce that. But anyway, we're going to pick up next time as we continue on, and we are just going to do some frog catching as well, but I'll mention that at the start of the next episode. So remember guys, hit the like button if you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you soon for more Final Fantasy IX. Take care, bye for now.